Hey, check this out. Too many people dying in 2022 fucking with fentanyl. If you're gonna be an addict, you might need to go back to crack. Crackheads live longer than anybody. You still see them around. That fentanyl shit is way stronger. If you can't shake it, go back to crack. You're gonna be funnier. You're gonna live longer. Food for thought.
Now, as y'all just got done watching, Boosie said that motherfuckers need to go back to smoking crack and leave the fentanyl alone. There's too many casualties. I've never been one to laugh at people that's drug addicted. I'm just gonna say, Boosie, the option of like leaving drugs alone or getting motherfuckers clean just never entered into the sphere of life. This is the problem I have with most black folks, right? But I understand what he's saying. If you're gonna do drugs, leave the fentanyl alone. Go back to the crack, right? One, this ain't 1985. Two, they're putting fentanyl in the cocaine, so even if you cook it and rock it up, you still got fentanyl in it. Motherfuckers still gonna drop dead. So there's that dilemma. Not only that, we don't need crackheads. Like, these niggas was super strong. They had DMX muscles, early DMX, not later when he lost weight from smoking rocks. But we don't need crackheads built like Debo, and niggas had crack muscles. They always wore the wife beater even when it was cold. They lift your TV up on their back. They refrigerate your refrigerator. They was stealing meats and shit. Like, we don't need that. Like, we could do without them. Them is the crackheads that was dangerous. While I don't champion young boys selling drugs, if they are going to sell drugs, most of these niggas that's growing up, this new generation is about 127 pounds, and we don't need no overgrown crackheads of 6'4", 330 pounds of raw muscle. It's gonna be a lot. You think there's a lot of street activity, gang member on gang member, and street nigga on street nigga. It's gonna be crackheads on the street niggas. And if they start smoking crack, they're gonna dominate. Because when I was younger, and me and my cousins used to sell dope when we was 15, used to go to the crack house. Like, crackheads was always trying to try out karate and shit. Luckily, my cousin could fight, right? This nigga had an 8-pack when we was 15. Like, he was literally built like a grown man. Genetics was crazy. I, on the other hand, was only 15 with a real kid body. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say this nigga was my protector, but he was my family. He held me down. Made sure I didn't get fucking stabbed by a crackhead or get beat the fuck up. Because niggas always, anybody over the 30 and older can remember crackheads in the neighborhood. They always said they knew karate in the 90s, right? Nigga be trying his karate and shit out. Eventually, he gonna try that shit off on you. So, no, we don't need crackheads, Boosie. I like Boosie's personality. I like his Vlad TV interviews, but they need to stop asking Boosie real world shit. Like, that's just my opinion. While I like some of his music, not a lot of that shit. But while I like some of it, and I like his Vlad TV interviews and all his other interviews, certain things they don't need to ask Boosie. Like, that goes for the Breakfast Club, Drink Champs, and whoever the fuck Vlad TV or whoever the fuck is interviewing. There's certain things this nigga just does not need to answer. Yeah, there's certain things that this nigga does not need to answer. And in this order: drug epidemics, trans people, and gay people. Not that he shouldn't have an input, and not that he shouldn't have an opinion, but my man be jamming himself up. This is like, while he ain't got to worry about getting canceled, ain't nobody gonna cancel him. He does his own thing. He's an independent, and he's a good businessman. However, this nigga has an inexplicable ability of getting stigma attached to him by just how he words shit. They don't need to resort to crack. Leave that shit in 1985. I'm glad that most crackheads are ailing, getting older, and dying. Let's be realistic. If you 35 years old or older, you know crackheads was terrorists. At least in my neighborhood. Now, they didn't terrorize us because we used to box, niggas carried guns, and we was dangerous. However, I have a couple stories where crackheads was stabbing niggas in the head with fucking screwdrivers and knives and killing them in the dope house. Luckily, it wasn't none of my niggas, but I heard these things. I knew a few niggas that became a casualty from a crackhead. We don't need niggas that's freakishly strong and dangerous walking the fuck around. Now, a lot of people gonna say crackheads ain't like that now. That's because niggas is like 59, 62 years old. They weak and feeble. We don't need any 31-year-old crackheads. We don't need any 42-year-old crackheads. These are niggas that are relatively vital. And let's just say crack cocaine is actually a psychoreactive drug. For those that don't know what that means, go look it up. It's something that can make you borderline psychotic. Add that to a young vital person and you got a bad concoction. My dad was shot and pistol whipped and still didn't collapse. Now, my dad's a strong man. However, that's a testament to how strong or how brazen the shit can make a user. And tough. Like, you getting pistol whipped and shot and you won't fall. Like, I don't know if it was because my dad was a bad motherfucker. I'm assuming that crack didn't really hurt that. It helped it. Anyways, Boosie is dead wrong. Motherfuckers need to seek some type of rehabilitation, some type of treatment. I'm not gonna say go from one drug to another drug. It's like, bro, my nigga, people should be progressing. They need to be helped out of their situation. Now, if they want to do crack, that's one thing. If they want to do fentanyl, hey, I say, look, in the commission of you doing fentanyl, if you drop dead, you die doing what you love. I'm not going to stop and get in the way of nobody's happiness. If that's what you like to do, if you like it, I love it.